So we're going to talk about a few things as we get started. I'm going to jump right into just some of the steps to make sure you get ready for tax season. One thing I recommend for everyone to do, especially in these last couple of years, because it's become a major issue with the IRS. The IRS has been sending out personal identification numbers for identity protection. And so what happens when you receive that personal identification number from the IRS, we have to include that number on your tax return to e-file your tax return. If that number is not included, the IRS is going to reject that e-filing because they gave you that PIN in order to protect your personal information to make sure no one else can file under your name, under your social security number, and obtain your refund, which they've had a big issue with in the last 5 years is tax fraud by people stealing other people's identity, filing tax returns under their name, putting their bank accounts in there, and essentially stealing your refund or even sometime your dependents in order to get a tax credit or a refund on their return. And so IRS's answer to this was to issue personal identification numbers to individuals. So they'll mail these things to you during the year. So if you get any mail from the IRS, please open it and please review it. And if you get a PIN, please retain that copy and send it to your tax preparer at tax time because we're not going to be able to e-file your return unless we have that PIN. And if for any reason you don't have a PIN or you think you had a PIN and you didn't retain it, please, by all means, go to the IRS website, go to www.irs.gov and set up a personal account with the IRS because you'll be able to retrieve that PIN through your personal account. And then we'll also able to retrieve certain information like transcripts and information in case you're missing things for your taxes if you have your personal IRS account set up. So we recommend that you get that done before we jump into tax season. So if we run into any issues, we'll be able to easily access the information you'll need to e-file your tax return. Because what we don't want to have to do is mail your return to the IRS. Any paper filing with the IRS has had major issues since COVID. So the last 3 years, anything that's been paper filed to the IRS, we've seen people go over a year before having a return acknowledged that was paper filed. So we don't want to see anyone in that situation. So again, by all means, set up that IRS account online. And to do that, you'll have to verify your identity through Identity Me with the IRS. It's a little bit of a convoluted process, but it's worth the effort if we run into any issues at tax time.